All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, breaking Jets news here. It's looking like the Jets are going back to Tyrod Taylor as the starting quarterback, benching Justin Fields. Now, this weekend, the Jets play the Baltimore Ravens. We all know this, right? Despite the Ravens' record, they are still looked at, across the league, fan bases, media. Everyone is still looking at the Ravens like, you know what? They're on a bit of a roll, bit of a win streak here. Let's not write them off just yet. We have a healthy Lamar. Anything can happen. So this Sunday is going to be an absolutely massive test. And again, it's looking like it's going to be Tyrod Taylor here as the starting quarterback. I mean, post Bengals game, after Justin Fields was able to put up over 500 yards of total offense without Garrett Wilson on the road in Cincy, that was kind of a moment where I feel like a lot of fans were like, hey, can we not necessarily duplicate this, because that's very, very difficult to do. And the Bengals defense is not good at all. But can we see something kind of like this, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be as good, but can it just be, maybe above average? I mean, even average would honestly just be great. I think we're all just searching for a level of consistency with Justin Fields, and it simply didn't happen, right? We had the Cleveland game, and the Jets won the game. They secured the victory, which was awesome. But as far as Fields and the drop back passing game was concerned, it was once again non-existent. You had the Breece Hall screen, but outside of that, there was really just nothing to write home about. New England Patriots, there were moments where he's inaccurate, moments where he's hanging onto the football, moments where he's processing too much. Now, was that loss all on Fields? No. You had multiple pass catchers dropping passes. You had some questionable play calling at times, but to be honest, I think this is what I would have done as well. It sucks because I like Fields as a guy. I like Fields as a runner, as an athlete, but it just feels like everything is so difficult when it comes to the passing game. Again, it's not all on him, but it just feels like he's certainly not helping the matter. It's not a one-time, two-time, three-time thing. I mean, you could point to numerous games. The majority of the season has been just a struggle through the air. And it's not to say that Tyrod Taylor is some amazing option, some top 15 option, but I think, with Taylor, at least you can try to hope for some level of consistency. It might not even be great or good consistency. I think I'm just at this point hoping for average quarterback play. Can we finish the game with 180 yards, 190 yards with a touchdown pass and no picks? Clean game. Completing passes at a pretty high clip. That's just pretty much all I'm hoping for at this point in time. However, I'm not completely, if Glenn is so tied to Justin Fields' legs, or if it's Tanner Engstrand, but I think this is kind of a Glenn. Glenn has been spearheading the whole Justin Fields thing. I don't feel like it's Tanner Engstrand behind the scenes saying, I need Fields out there playing, and Glenn's like, all right, man, whatever you say. It feels very much like Glenn is in control. He's in charge. If Glenn is still tied to Fields' legs, if I'm the coach here, I'm using Justin Fields kind of like how the Saints used Taysom Hill. Maybe not this season or last season, but when Sean Payton was there. I actually think when Aaron Glenn was a part of that Saints organization, that's when Taysom Hill was really being utilized heavily as a wildcat quarterback, someone who you can run a reverse with, RPOs with, quarterback draws, utilize him in tush-push, goal line situations, and maybe even throw the ball. If you want to maybe roll Justin Fields out for like 4 plays per game. I mean, we actually kind of saw Pittsburgh do this with Fields as well. Just occasionally bring him out. But yeah, you can utilize Fields as a runner for sure. Again, 3-4 times a game, 3rd and 3, 2nd and 4 or something, and you just want to call it direct quarterback power up the middle. Like I really don't mind Fields in that role whatsoever. Might as well maximize it. It's not like we're pulling Allen or Lamar or Joe Burrow off the field. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. For me, again, I just want some level of consistency. I want to wake up on Sundays and say, okay, you know what? At least, because at the end of the day, you have to walk before you run. You have to crawl before you walk. So it's like I'm just hoping for some level of I know what I'm going to get. And then from that point, when we can have that consistency, now I can start expecting bigger and better games as the season goes on, right? And that's already a question mark in and of itself. But yeah, Taylor looks like he's going to be the starter. Fields, I'm still going to be using as a runner, not 20 plays per game, but I really don't see anything wrong with 3-4 snaps per game, honestly. So, or even Brad Smith, where that's another kind of comparison way back in the in those Rex Ryan days. Anyway, thanks so much, and as always, go Jets.